to the second of only 3 videos you're going to get on our channel this week. The week in review of WWE TV.
This week in WWE.
Yeah, I think they do that on the network. Already.
Yeah, it's probably a lot more condensed than what we're doing. But
yeah, so Raw happened on Monday as per usual.
It did.
Which is funny, we're talking about this week in WWE because next week is WWE Week on USA.
Which we're still going to do. I don't know if we're not going to talk about Tribute to the Troops because that's after everything. But it's going to happen. There's 4 straight days of WWE on USA. So
yeah.
NXT on USA.
Sure.
We're still going to watch it on the network.
Probably. Alright, on Raw, some things that don't really matter all that much. Finn Balor did beat Bo Dallas. I guess it does kind of matter a little bit. Drew Gulak won the Fatal 4-Way match between the Cruiserweights in order to go on to next week's Raw.
The match was really, really good.
The match was fantastic. Gulak won. He's going to face Rich Swann next week to determine Enzo's next #1 contender.
Yeah. Also, Enzo had that weird run-in with Nia Jax.
Yeah.
That was,
I think Nia's got a crush.
It's weird.
Yeah, it is. God, there's one other thing that didn't really matter all that much.
Well, it's the transition of things that did matter, but there wasn't a whole lot to it, and that is Woken Matt Hardy.
Matt Hardy debuting the Woken gimmick in full for the first time.
With the weird, like, jump back and forth promo with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Like, and then both of them That's us doing our best Woken Matt Hardy. Yeah, no, it's really cool. I feel like he is going to be so much more comfortable doing this than the original Hardy shtick. So I'm really excited to see Matt just fucking go on Raw.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. And it's just going to lead to a lot of interesting scenarios.
Yes.
Some things, some storylines that have really been picking up. Absolution's presence felt on Raw.
Yeah, they are.
Paige had her first official match back in over a year.
Against Sasha, and it was awesome.
Yeah, Paige won.
Yes.
It's pretty good. They had, Sasha had Bayley and Mickey out there to try and keep Sonya and Mandy at bay. It all ended up kind of blowing up, though, because it was a little bit of distraction, and Sasha got hit with Rampage.
Rampaggy.
And Paige wins. Later, they'd come back out after Asuka beat Alicia Fox. Smart move. Absolution let Asuka off the hook.
Yeah, they're still for the second week in a row they did that weird like let's just sit there and stare at Asuka and see what she does, and then like Paige even did this little like wave to Asuka, and Asuka's like, I guess that's my signal to leave, and she just backed away like she did last week.
Yeah, and Alicia Fox, despite being good friends with Paige, Mandy and Sonya don't like Alicia Fox all that much, and they kick the shit out of her.
Yeah. So
well, more so they need the shit out of her.
Foxy didn't get to run away this time.
No, Mandy gave her a big knee to the face, and then Sonya gave her another knee to the face while she was on the ground.
Yeah, and then they did the Mandy did a stalling suplex and then front slammed her onto Sonya's knee.
A lot of knees on Alicia Fox.
Knees are the offense
of
Absolution.
Absolution's got a lot of knees.
Yes.
And then we had the Intercontinental Championship saga.
Yeah.
Since Brock doesn't like being on Raw. I guess he's supposed to be on next week or the week after.
Something
soon.
like that. Yeah, Kurt...
Probably leading up to the 25th year Raw-versary.
That makes sense. That'll
and
be in
Raw-versary.
But yeah, Kurt was gonna announce Roman's opponent, and then Jordan's like, hey, I want the shot. And Roman's like, hey, give the kid the shot.
Punk-ass bitch.
And then Joe's like, bitch, give me the shot. And then Joe...
Well, no, because Roman and Kurt were just kind of like playing off Jason Jordan, coming out like he's a little kid.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until he suplexed Roman Reigns while Roman was distracted by his jaw jacking with Joe.
Yeah. It's like, Joe, you can wait. Give me the kid.
Yeah. And they had a match. It wasn't a bad match.
No, it was good.
Jason Jordan is really good at running around with people on his shoulder.
Yeah. Despite those knees.
You guys got fucking cardio endurance.
Yeah, no, he's...
For sure. And then the way he caught Roman jumping off of the ring steps and he just caught him.
Yeah, no, that was That was pretty fucking cool.
But, you know, it was Roman Reigns, so Jason Jordan didn't win.
It was Roman Reigns in a title match against Jason Jordan, who's a former tag team champion.
Yeah, so Joe attacked Roman post-match. Jason Jordan saved Roman by suplexing Joe, and for his troubles, he got another Superman punch that knocked him out of the ring. Later, backstage, Jason Jordan was talking with Kurt and got attacked by Joe.
Yeah.
So just a shit day at all for Jason Jordan to be completely
And then
honest.
Joe's tweet, there's a picture of Jordan just kind of down and like Kurt checking on him. It's like,
I don't want to
go to school today, Daddy.
And then Elias Sampson wants to throw his name in the hat. Which I'm going to say let him because that match last week was pretty fucking awesome.
Absolutely.
And he's like, but
he
already had a match.
He had some choice things to say about Kurt and about Jason Jordan.
Yeah, showing favoritism.
Yeah.
Which got him a match against Braun Strowman, which he didn't win.
What? Elias Sampson didn't beat Braun Strowman?
No.
I am shocked. He did even like hit him with the guitar, and that just made things worse for Elias.
Then Kane came on the Tron. Then they make the announcement that they're gonna have a match next week. Finally.
Yeah. No idea if it's gonna be stipulation or whatnot.
Didn't sound like it.
It's just a fight at this point.
And then we had the tag titles, where the other two members of the Shield were trying to regain the championships from the Bar. The Shield initially won by DQ. Sheamus intentionally not heeding referee warnings to get his team disqualified. Kurt restarted the match with no disqualification stipulation. Samoa Joe was probably just like sitting there at ringside waiting for this to happen.
Yeah.
Because he immediately hopped in and started fucking with people.
Yeah.
Roman came out, chased Joe off, but much in the same chagrin as the New Day distraction fashion. The Bar was able to take advantage and score pinfall victory to retain the titles from the Shield.
So now we have the potential Shield versus Samoa Joe and the Bar.
Yeah.
That's
a knockdown, drag-out fight.
Yeah, that should be fun to watch. Then we move on to SmackDown or Tuesday Night Live, whatever you want to call it. Mojo explained his reasonings why he beat up Zack Ryder. Just made him sound like more of a moron. The Bludgeon Brothers won a squash match against Adam James and Josh Carr.
Who the fuck are they?
Speaking of tag teams, Rusev and Aiden English defeated the New Day.
Probably the biggest surprise of the week.
Absolutely. And got themselves added to the tag team title match at Clash of Champions. So now the Usos will defend against Rusev and Aiden English, the New Day, and Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable.
That's going to be an awesome match.
There is a lot of talent in that match.
I guess SmackDown had been running a lot of Fatal 4-Way tag title matches at house shows, including Starrcade, but it's always been Usos, New Day, Gable and Benjamin, and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, but Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn...
They're just putting Rusev and Aiden English in that spot for this pay-per-view.
You know...
Which, I mean, you look at it, it's sort of like the same thing. You've got a skinny, tall guy and a bulky brawler type dude.
Yeah. But, man, good for Aiden English. Moving up in the world. Every day is Rusev Day for Aiden English. Speaking of Clash of Champions, we had Bobby Roode and Baron Corbin talking about how neither of them really want Dolph Ziggler in the match for the U.S. title. Dolph Ziggler saying, well, you know, now that I'm in it, you guys might think that your chances of winning went down by 1/3, but they've actually gone down to 0. And then Dolph Ziggler would make a statement.
As soon as they started making math analogies, I just had terrible flashbacks to the Scott Steiner promo.
I always have terrible Scott Steiner flashbacks because Scott Steiner is terrible. But yeah, Dolph Ziggler made a statement in a match between Bobby Roode and Baron Corbin as he came in and delivered a zigzag to both guys, causing technically Bobby Roode to win because Bobby was the first one hit with a zigzag. So yeah, Dolph Ziggler still not making any friends. Speaking of not being friends, the women's division is just all over the place. We had Carmella, and we had Tamina, and we had Lana all talking with Daniel as to why Natty was getting another shot for the women's title at Clash of Champions. And then the Riot Squad came in, and Ruby, Liv, and Sarah all wanted a shot. And Daniel says, don't worry, you're all going to be involved because you're going to be lumberjacks when Natty takes on Charlotte at Clash of Champions.
And then they showed the graphic, and Naomi's on the graphic as well.
Yeah, she just wasn't there.
So, I mean, she's going to be the only, like, true blue babyface.
Yeah, she's the only actual babyface at ringside. Her and Charlotte are the only babyfaces in the whole situation.
Yeah, the SmackDown's women's division is very lopsided.
Yeah. But then Natty tried to, like, sweeten the deal for herself because she's like, hey, you know, she went and she talked to Lana and Tamina and to Carmella and said, hey, I need you guys to have my back because remember, before there was a Riot Squad, there was a welcoming committee. We're the heart and soul of this women's division. We need to make sure things go our way. Then the Riot Squad shows up and Natty's like, Ruby, hey, don't worry about it. Like, hey, we can work together. We can, like, Natty's trying to play, like, every little piece, like, trying to make it as in her favor as possible.
Yeah.
Which essentially it kind of is because Charlotte's only friend, like, real friend, Becky Lynch, is off TV.
Yeah. Her
only ally currently is Naomi. But Charlotte did win a match against Tamina after that with the figure 8, despite having the rest of the welcoming committee at ringside. So, I mean, Charlotte's probably not sweating it because she's a hell of a champion, but she does have the deck stacked against her.
Yeah, Riot Squad came out after the match.
Yeah,
and then Tamina and Sarah Logan got into it.
Yeah.
And got pulled apart by their respective part groupings.
I was expecting a huge brawl, but yeah, the tension apparently was a little thinner between Tamina and Sarah Logan. They didn't seem to get along very well. They don't play well with others. Speaking of not playing well with others, Cammy and Seven Zayn, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are still douchebags. They talked about how, you know, even though Shane and Daniel put so many rules on their match last week, that they still played within the rules. Sami gave us the anatomy of ringside, letting us know that his attack on Randy Orton was perfectly legal. And while he was doing that...
It's legal when you're ring adjacent.
Yeah.
It's not ringside.
And while he was talking about the logistics of ringside to not ringside, Kevin Owens was in the ring and got hit with an RKO.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, so then Shane announces that there's going to be a tag team match at Clash of Champions. It's going to be Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Randy Orton and a partner of his choosing.
Shinsuke.
But at the end of the night... actually, Shane... Was that right?
Well, Shane made the match right then and there that Sammy's going to fight Orton later in the show, and Kevin Owens has to be at ringside because he's going to be handcuffed to the bottom rope.
Yeah, to make sure that he can't get involved.
They never specifically said bottom rope the whole night. They literally said, he's just going to be handcuffed to the ring rope.
Yeah, and so then they tried to get Daniel...
And at one point, one of them even said post.
Yeah. They tried to get Daniel to switch it up, and Daniel's like, no, I can't do that. It's either you do this or you get fired. That's really the only thing I can do. You know, I need to make sure if you're not...
If you don't, you get suspended.
Yeah, yeah. So, if you get involved, you're going to get suspended. So that, you know, that's the way that it kind of went. So we had Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. They had, Sami was getting tossed around by Orton.
Yeah,
they had
Orton's new favorite thing is just drop everybody on all the shit at ringside.
Ever since...
He's like, commentary table.
Ever since he almost killed one of the Singh brothers, he loves the commentary table. Yeah. That is his thing. But they had a plan to try and get Kevin out. They had bolt cutters. It ended up working, getting Kevin out.
I don't know who they have on their payroll. Who did Kevin and Sami pay off to put bolt cutters under the ring?
I mean, you get a different... You got ring crew guys that need a little extra money.
I guess.
When you're making wrestler money, yeah, you're going to pass a few extra bucks. Like, hey, just make sure there's some bolt cutters at ringside. So yeah, that got Kevin out, but he got clotheslined by Orton anyway. It didn't help his chances at all because Sami Zayn still lost to Randy Orton. Kevin got in.
With a roll-up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sami missed a haluva kick and Orton rolled him up.
Yeah. Sami almost did the same thing to Orton, but it didn't quite work. So then it was a 2-on-1 beatdown, and you'll never guess who Randy Orton was saved by.
Shane McMahon.
Close.
Vince McMahon.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Oh, Shinsuke McMahon.
Shinsuke McMahon. Yeah, Shinsuke came out.
Shins McMahon.
Even up the odds, so go figure the weird random tag team of Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura is still a thing.
And they blasted both of them with all their finishers.
Yeah. And then Shane, talking to Daniel Bryan, said, hey, you know, I never got to finish talking about the match at Clash of Champions. They're going to hate me even more because Daniel's like, okay, you're done screwing with these guys, right? You're done doing things against them. He's like, well, actually no, because I'm going to be the special guest referee, and if they lose, they're not only fired from SmackDown, they're fired from WWE. So, spoiler alert, they're probably not going to lose.
Yeah.
Unless both of them are planning on taking time off. We'll run through 205 Live real quick. The main thing heading into this is that Enzo was not there, so Drew Gulak was in charge of the Zo Train.
Yeah, we're supposed to have Cedric versus Drew Gulak.
Yes.
But being the leader, he decided he was going to step out and put one of his Drew Train members in place of him, and it was the man who needs to do a little something to impress.
Yeah.
Because he's been losing a lot recently. He lost
SOFT soft.
He lost the 4-way match last week on Raw. He lost to Rich Swann 1-on-1 on 205 Live last week.
Yep.
And he's going against Cedric Alexander this week. No Amdar.
Losing to Cedric Alexander.
Still soft.
Mostly because he tried to go to the top rope and Drew told him to get down, and that was enough of a distraction for Cedric Alexander.
No Amdar was ridiculous doing a train thing while he was up there too.
Yeah. We also found out 205 Live is going on tour on December 19th, 20th, and the 21st. They're doing solo.
January.
Is it January?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Because the tickets are going on sale just tomorrow.
Oh. Well,
Friday.
Anyway, the 19th, 20th, and 21st of either December or January, they'll be in kind of the New England, the northeastern area. We had Brian Kendrick defeat Grand Metalik after he just straight up knocked him out and then put him in the captain's hook, and that was enough for...
He smacked his head on the post.
Yeah.
Then... kneed him in the face.
Yeah.
So he was like dead on arrival. Yeah, it's got to be January because 19, 20, and 21 are Tuesday through Thursday.
So yeah, it's definitely January. So fuck what I said. So yeah, Kendrick, Grand Metalik was kind of coming to Kalisto's aid. Kalisto wasn't there. So yeah, two masked guys beaten 2 weeks in a row by, beaten down by Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher.
Everybody knows the rivalry between England and Mexico. And England's ally, greasy-haired guys.
Yep. That's America.
Just the greasy-haired ones, though.
And then Drew tried...
Just the ones with plans.
Drew tried to rally the Zo Train going into the main event because Tony Nese had a chance to take out Rich Swann before he faces Drew Gulak this coming week on Raw. But in true Zo Train fashion, they failed.
They fucked it up.
Rich Swann beat Tony Nese with a Phoenix Splash, and then after... Drew brought out the rest of the Zo Train.
Tozawa Mustafa Ali came out,
yes.
evened up the odds, and sent the Drew Train in retreat.
Yes. So, yeah, more on that stuff next week, but it's our favorite show of the week. It's NXT.
Woo!
Just kind of going in order here, the same way we're doing stuff. Championship celebration for Andrade San Almas, mostly us trying to figure out what Andrade was saying. He's just really happy to have that title.
Yeah. He's going to be champion for a long time, he says.
Yeah. And he doesn't care.
Don't know if I believe it.
And he doesn't care about who the next number one contender is. We'll talk about that in a second. Because we also had soon Spades. I'm pretty sure it's Shayna Baszler.
Yeah.
It makes the most sense out of the entirety of the NXT roster. But it's NXT, so it really could be anybody. And speaking of the women's division, we had Sonya Deville and Ruby Riot's final NXT as they had a no-holds-barred match. Both ladies hard-hitting in this one.
Not a lot of barred holds being in effect, though.
No, they really they took advantage of the fact that there was
no rope break,
no count out, things like that. They didn't really go for like the hardcore aspect, which is cool. The fact that they just wanted to fight, and that's cool. But Sonya surprisingly getting the win after kicking Ruby in the head and then locking her in a triangle. And, rope breaks aren't a thing, so she didn't have to get off the ropes, and Ruby passed the hell out.
Yeah, so. smart play, especially because Ruby had just got done crushing her with a tope to the outside.
Yes, right on the ramp. That was nasty.
NXT #1 contender is going to be decided in a little mini tournament.
Yeah.
It's 4 singles matches, and then eventually it will culminate with the 4 winners going on to a fatal 4-way match, winner to face Andrade for the belt at Philly.
Yeah, I was going to say that for last, because it was kind of the overarching thing of the show.
Was there something else?
Yeah. Ember next week is going to face Peyton Royce for the...
So happening next week, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, Ember was doing a little press conference, got approached by the Iconic Duo, and she let them decide which one she was going to face, so she's going to be facing Peyton Royce next week. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to have a rematch for the United Kingdom Championship, as Pete Dunne will defend against Tyler Bate.
And, you know, they've done it before, they'll do it again, but it's probably going to be fucking fantastic every single time.
Always good.
Okay, back to the title thing now? Alright, so 4 matches. We started the tournament with Killian Dane versus Trent Seven. Trent Seven won his spot in a Battle Royal.
Yeah, at a live show over the weekend.
Killian Dane won.
Pretty decisively.
Yeah. It's probably going to be the most decisive victory of the entire tournament.
I mean, when you're going against Killian Dane...
the other matches we know that are going to be happening, we know next week we're going to get Aleister Black versus Adam Cole.
Yeah, baby. And then the following week, we're going to be getting Lars Sullivan versus Roderick Strong.
So that one is the only other one that has the chance of having a very decisive victory, because Lars is really good at beating people.
Yeah. We also found out in Undisputed Era's little talk that Red Dragon will be facing Sanity for the tag team titles in a couple weeks.
Also in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yes, same night Roddy and Lars face off. Yeah.
Also, a quick shout out to Kyle O'Reilly, who unfortunately lost his mother on November 29th. He posted about it on his Instagram. You know, it's, I mean, you know how that feels. It's never easy to lose a loved one, especially someone that close. So shout out to Kyle O'Reilly. Hope the hard times pass soon.
And then we had the other match in the tournament, which was scheduled initially to be Cassius Ohno versus Velveteen Dream.
Yeah.
Aleister Black fucked Velveteen Dream's shit up during TakeOver, so he's pulled from the tournament and replaced with Johnny
Gargano.
Wrestling
Gargano.
Gargano.
Yeah, and holy shit. This match was so fucking good.
Like we said about the Pete Dunne, Tyler Bates match, this one is right up there on that same level.
Dude, like...
So many false finishes. So many just like hard kicks in the face, or knees, or elbows, or like crazy ass bumps.
There was some just great like them throwing everything at each other, and I thought Gargano was fucking done when Cassius hit the like flying forearm to the back of the head.
Yeah.
Like most people, if Cassius hits you with that forearm in any
you're dead
in any shape or form, you're done. But Gargano fucking survived that shit.
He gave him a tope into a tornado DDT on the ramp.
And
the ramp being utilized a lot on NXT this week.
And then the setup to the end, Cassius just running through with these forearms, but then one of them gets super kicked. He then gets super kicked in the knee. Then he gets super kicked in the face. And then Johnny hits the little tilt-a-whirl into the Gargano escape and makes Cassius Ohno tap the fuck out. Holy shit.
So now we got Gargano and Dane in the 4-way. Potentially Roderick, Lars, Aleister, and Cole meeting them up.
Yeah.
So interesting already, the 2 guys who advanced. Killian Dane and Gargano, very polar opposites. And so there's no matter who wins these other 2 matches, you've got a weird combination of 4 guys going into this match.
Yeah, and there's so much potential. Like, I'm excited for this Fatal 4 because so far, I mean, everyone that's been involved in this tournament would be a fantastic fit in that Fatal 4-way. And so, yeah, with the first 2 being Killian Dane and Johnny Gargano, very interested to see what direction they end up going. But I think that's it.
Yeah.
That's it for the week in WWE. Yeah, this will be our regular thing for a couple of weeks. We'll come back for Clash of Champions week, give you predictions and all that stuff. But for now, guys, thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
Click those links.
So many links.
And check out Reasonable Wrestling Fans.
Reasonable the W.
Like Wrestling, where we're going to be putting up some extra videos. We're going to have an unboxing where you can see us get stuff like this Headbangers beanie, all of our little Brawling Buddies, the Great Muda t-shirt, all the stuff. So look forward to that. We're also going to be doing some punishment videos and other stuff like that. But for now, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you at whatever video you decide to watch next. Probably the top 5 coming up next.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just logical.
Fuck Mojo.
Fuck heads up.